May 24th, 2016. Teisha Tiger nearly chokes to death. I didn't go into detail in the video, but when I came up on the scene and saw that Teisha was flat on her side and didn't look like she was breathing, I decided to go in and see if I could use tongs to reach down her throat. Gale drove up behind me, ran to the cage, and offered to assist, so we went in, and Afton manned the doors behind us. I ran into the cage, picking my way over her prone body, seeing that she was not breathing, or if she was, it was like through a cocktail straw, as her sides weren't visibly moving. I straddled from behind and paused for what seemed like a long time, but probably was imperceptible to those watching. I know from past experience that a cat can be totally out of it, but when you touch them, they spring to life in that last-ditch effort to fight you off. My hands were poised to scruff her with all my might, and yet I hesitated in fear. I leaned out over her face and saw her eyes staring back at me, and the tears that had run down her cheeks from the pressure of not being able to breathe. No matter what came next, I wasn't just going to stand there and watch the light seep from her eyes. I scruffed Teisha from behind and instructed Gale to use the tongs to pull out the meat, but it was too far down. Teisha was choking too badly to fight us. I used every bit of strength the adrenaline rush was giving me, and that of the angels and Gale. We pulled her into a sternal position, and then I began stroking her throat to try and move the lump either up, which didn't work, and then down. Gale patted her hard on either side of her chest to try and loosen it up. My legs shook from the tension of holding her upright as I held her sagging head with my right hand and stroked her windpipe. It was like forcing toothpaste through a tube with my left. Once Teisha was held in a better position for swallowing, she used the shallow breath she was able to get in to cough hard enough to dislodge the meat. As soon as we saw that she could keep herself upright, Gale and I ran out of the cage. We watched for a minute to see that she was breathing okay, and then filmed the video that's mentioned in the link below. This wasn't something that we did lightly. If we had not gone in, Teisha would have died. She was almost dead by the time we got into her. We knew we could outrun her if we could get her breathing, and that's the only reason this is possible. And I don't mention it in here, but Teisha was not able to move very well. She had a lot of spinal issues that eventually she ended up having to be euthanized because we couldn't manage to keep her on her feet. She just could not drag her back end around. And so this was before that happened, clearly. But we knew that if we could get her breathing without getting killed, we could get out of the cage in time. If you enjoyed these video blogs of my diary, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.